Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Don't forget to click the like button, it's very important. Thank you very much. There is no doubt that the governor, Uba Sani of Kaduna State, is a human with gentle disposition in his dealings with the high and low persons in the society. Perhaps his human rights activism background gives him this credit over the years, especially now that he is the governor of one of the most popular states in the country. Indeed, it was his human rights activism background that led him to fight for the return of democracy from the military rule in the early 90s, where he was arrested and detained along with some prominent Nigerians who were also clamoring for the return of democracy in Nigeria. Interestingly, one of the things going for Governor Sani is the fact that he doesn't believe in running his mouth and speaking big grammar before implementing beneficial projects for the people. In other words, he believes in pragmatism rather than theoretical showmanship in governance. Daily Sun gathered from reliable sources that Governor Sani had recently met with three past governors of the state, namely Nasir El-Rufai, Ramalam Mokhtar Yero, and Ahmed Mohamed Makafi, to appeal to them to come and let us work together to move our state forward. Based on his background, Daily Sun authoritatively gathered that instead of him attacking his predecessors, in particular the immediate past governor Nasir El-Rufai, on pages of newspapers, on radio and television, Governor Sani took the path of peace and understanding to confront his enemies in the state for the good of the people. It was gathered that the governor was badly devastated over the financial position of a state he inherited from El-Rufai, where it was alleged that El-Rufai blamed part of the financial recklessness on the administrations before his own tenure. The Kaduna State House of Assembly ad hoc committee had earlier in July last year probed the financial dealings of the 8 years administration of El-Rufai and indicted him and some key members of his cabinet for alleged corruption in the awards of contracts and management of both domestic and foreign loans obtained by his government. It was not the best of times for El-Rufai, who had sued the State House of Assembly over the allegation by the lawmakers that his administration embezzled 432 billion naira. Interestingly, armed with facts and figures in midst of accusations against El-Rufai's administration over alleged misappropriation, the governor was said to have stormed El-Rufai's hideout in Abuja without any publicity, Daily Sun exclusively learnt. However, as source refused to disclose what was El-Rufai's reaction to the governor's visit at the time, El-Rufai was all over the media denying the sitting governor as his friend and political associate. But the source was quick to add that El-Rufai was just making political denial because till tomorrow he remains godfather of Uba Sani. Nevertheless, Governor Sani, after meeting with El-Rufai, decided to pay similar fact-finding and supportive visits to two of the past governors of the state, Alhaji Yero and Senator Makafi, respectively, in their Kaduna homes. And Governor Uba Sani's meeting with these former governors was fruitful because they cooperated with him and gave advices on how to solve the financial mess and other biting issues in the state, the reliable source told Daily Sun. Interestingly, the former governors have decided to keep mute over their separate meetings with the governor because of the respect and honor he accorded them over the affairs of the state. You can see that there is a high level of stability and calmness in the political atmosphere of Kaduna. So credit must go to Uba Sani for not playing the River State kind of politics, which has led to declaration of state of emergency, the source added. Daily Sun further gathered authoritatively that Governor Sani did not find governance easy in the first 100 days in office, as he was globetrotting to meet creditors, appealing to them to stop instant deductions from external loans obtained by administration of his predecessor. People did not know why Governor Sani was always going outside the country. It was because of a World Bank loan earlier taken by El-Rufai government. They started a deduction as soon as Governor Uba Sani assumed office, and it became a source of worry. And the governor said, why now? He had to travel out to meet with the bank officials. He had to also use the influence of our own Amina J. Mohammed, the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations and chair of the United Nations Sustainability Development Group. So it was not easy for Governor Sani in the first 100 days in office, the source said. However, the source further said that with funds coming into the state's coffer from allocation committees and from impressive internally generated revenue, Governor Sani's administration is gradually overcoming some of the teething problems regarding the finances of the state. So far, the state is enjoying calmness and stability because Governor Sani has deliberately adopted an inclusive governance style in the state, reducing partisan politics with the aim of unifying the state, promoting peace and development. Daily Sun recalls that upon assuming office in May 2023, Governor Sani found Kaduna State plagued by insecurity, ethnic, religious tension, and criminality. But through his inclusive governance, he has been able to unify the state, healing wounds and mending fences. He promoted good governance, considering the interests of all citizens, transformed Kaduna into a model state where good governance surpasses petty politics. Barely 2 years into his tenure, Governor Sani has successfully turned Kaduna State into a single, large, happy, and prosperous family, speaking with one voice and acting in unity. Governor Uba Sani does not believe in taking state projects to the Twitter handle. He does not believe in showmanship and speaking big grammar before according the people the progress and development that they deserve, a strong supporter of a governor said. Acknowledging the good work that the governor is doing in Kaduna State, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese and Pro-Chancellor of Federal University of Applied Sciences, CACHA, Kaduna State, Bishop Matthew Azan Kuka, lauded the governor for going beyond the call of duty in making the establishment of the university a reality. Kuka made a recommendation recently when he led the management of the university to a courtesy call on the governor at Sir Kashim Ibrahim House, Kaduna. Reporting, the governor said he had been working closely with Kuka, noting that the clergyman is a pillar of support. Sani said his doors were always open for consultation amongst the diverse people of Kaduna State, irrespective of their ethno-religious or party affiliations, adding that his developmental strides in the states were made possible because of a prevailing peace in the states. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Lawal Abdul says, liars. We have more than 3 living ex-governors in the states. Have you forgotten Namadi Sambo? Was he out of a so-called visit equation to ex-governors? Adewale Kazim says, Governor Sani, you know this before you were attacking El-Rufai, right? EFCC and other attack in your state. You know you can work together and you do that. Sanusi Baba says, which facts and figures? I doubt indeed. Somebody that's all over the place and EFCC could not arrest or embarrass him. Sunday Okoli says, you are deceiving yourself. El-Rufai did very well during his time in Kaduna State. Let's take a couple more reactions before we go. Dambo says, El-Rufai was full of himself, to be honest. Some of us made no distinction in our tertiary schools, but are better than El-Rufai in manners to run the state. What are your thoughts on these, guys? Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.